Oh, oh my God, I look like a hot mess. Sorry. I'm working from home today. Sorry. Let me fix my hair. I was in a meeting and then I'm like, oh, I have time to put my new office chair together. No, you don't, Amy. Don't have time. I don't have time. What you doing? What are you doing? Nice. Um, it's a beautiful day out. Have you been outside? It's nice. Just to let my dogs out and to chase down my corgi that doesn't like to come in. Yeah, remember the corgi? Oh, who's calling me? Nope, sorry, I'm not talking to you. Mer Yeah, he likes to find something in the yard that smells bad to roll in it. Yeah. Mhm. I don't know, I think they don't wanna smell like themselves, you know? You can't miss him, he's a fat log, so he's not gonna hide from anybody no matter how much stuff he rolls in. Do you miss seeing the dogs at the kennel? Yeah, yeah. I know, you're not supposed to record it, just so you know. I mean, you know, you're not supposed to record. If you choose to record, that's up to you. I just ask that you don't put it, like, online because I don't like, I don't want people, like, looking at me and be like, "Oh, that's Amy. I wanna talk to her." Okay. Um, so how have you been? No, I nope, I get it. It's fine. How have you been since I saw you yesterday? Yeah, okay. No, no, I mean, you've had, you know, obviously for the last since the first issue had, first time that you were assaulted by your stepmom was, 6 years ago. It's been a long time. You know what I mean? And um, did you ever try to like talk to your brother or your dad about anything until a couple months ago? Yeah. Okay. Once, yeah. You know, when was the first time you talked to him about it? Was it just a couple of months ago or was it like years ago you mentioned it to your brother? Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Hmm, that would that would freak me out. Yeah. Mhm. Save the argument. Okay. You have how many brothers? You have 2 or 3? I don't remember. 1 twin. From your dad or from your mom? Your biological mom? From your dad? Okay. Really? How many guys have said that? So many guys have said that. Really? So your grandma talks to him? Okay. Hmm. I mean, sounds a little, legit if you've disowned someone, you know? Frankie. Sorry, that's the corgi. He's such a turd. Um, he doesn't want there I have 2 of my dogs are in here with me right now, and Frank doesn't Jiminy Christmas. Jeez. And then the door slams. Jeez Louise. So he's hiding underneath me now because he doesn't want anyone near me. So, a little protective. Um, so do you have a dog yourself? No? Okay. Well, that's fine. Do you feel better when you're not there, though? Do you get, like, congested when you're at the kennel? Yeah. How about what about a cat? Really? Guinea pig? Anything? Well, maybe it's best you're not there then if you're with all of that. Yep, kennel. Do you, have you been over there since you left the kennel that last day of your work? Okay. They brought they brought a psychiatrist to the dog kennel? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, because he was afraid you'd say something in front of that guy? Okay, okay. Hmm. Have you talked to your dad recently? Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. What are you have you eaten today? Would you what are you eating like? Are you keeping yourself nourished is what I'm worried about. What'd you eat for breakfast? Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, so do you have, like, lactose-free pizza? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Mhm. Um, you live in Wisconsin, you can't have cheese? Yeah. I remember you mentioning your mom, but she passed away when you were younger, correct? Oh, I thought she passed away. Oh, maybe I was thinking about your grandma. I was thinking about your grandma. Um, so do you talk to your biological mom at all? Oh, not nice? Okay, okay. How has she been through all this with everything that's going on? How's your mom been? Especially since, like, do your mom and your stepmom get along? Okay, okay. Because she married your dad or because of the divorce or okay, okay, okay. When's the last time you talked to your mom? Okay, okay. Has she been over to see you and hang out or anything? Uh-huh, okay. Hmm, really? Yeah. Did she Jeez. Mhm. Yeah. Where was your dad? Yeah. You pretended like your mom you pretended like your mom didn't leave? Oh, 'cause you didn't wanna go over there and stay with him or okay, okay, nothing, okay. Yeah, so you'd rather work 2 jobs, right, than have to yeah, I get it, you know? Yeah, yeah. Did you go away to college right after high school? Okay, yeah. Did, um mhm, yeah, 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 yeah. When did he mention it again? When you were in college, did he still bug you about it? That was the only time, okay, okay. Uh, and then did he ask your brothers too? Do you know? Okay, okay. When you were done with college, did you come right back to the town you live in now? Okay, okay, mhm. I know, I don't know. Okay. Mhm, yeah, okay. And then when do you think that, like, things kind of got really bad and went awry? Just a couple months ago? Like, what was the breaking point, do you think, for that for everything? Mhm, mhm. Yep, yep. No. Yeah, okay. So it was just, like, a couple of months ago, and it was like, "I just can't do it anymore." Who's Noah? Okay. 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 How big is the town you live in? Okay. Okay. Is there anybody that you trust in town? Yeah. Well, it's hard. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. When's the last time you talked to any of them? Any of your friends? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. 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 Thank you. No, it is natural, Mark. I'm naturally gifted with yeah, yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, if I was gonna be, like, a stand-up comedian, yeah, I would have to practice, you know? I think I'd be broke. Mhm. So, you didn't go out on the 10th then, I take it? Aw. What did they do to you? Um, yeah, yeah, okay, 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 okay. So that's my Rottweiler. She's barking at children that are walking by that there's an elementary school. They're so threatening, these little kids walking in a line. Yeah, she drives me crazy, sorry. I think a lot of times, guys, I think you're the exception in the fact that you know how to be a friend, you know how to be nice, you know how to say things that are encouraging, appropriate, you're not jealous of other people's success, you know what I mean? But I think a lot of guys have a problem, like, they don't know how to say, "Gee, I wish that I was as successful as you are," so they try to knock you down. Mhm. Yeah, 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 yeah. But that's just I mean, then they're not really a friend then, right? If they can't support you, and you mean, was there anybody in your friend group that was more, like, not knocking you down, not jealous, that was, like, a good guy in your friend group? Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So have you Yeah, really? Yeah, yeah. Mm, yeah, okay. Yep, yeah, yeah. I mean, you're always gonna find somebody more successful, I mean, there was a thing that they were talking about one day. I was online looking at some different stuff about, like, what's the meaning, like, people looking for the meaning of life and why people aren't happy, right? And they were talking about how people look for the to be prettier, richer, you know what I mean? The of everything, right? And, like, if you always do I mean, if you do that, right, you're never gonna be happy because 'cause you're gonna always wanna be you know? You know? Um So what about Kyle? Are you still have you talked to Kyle, the one your other friend? Okay. Uh-huh. What did he do? Yeah, okay. Do you did did he do you think that he assaulted you? How and did someone tell you about this, or did you remember it, or Mhm. Yeah, yeah. He didn't deny anything? He didn't okay, 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 okay. Mhm. Yeah, mhm. I don't know then. Oh, let me look here. I totally forgot about it. Let me look on Psychology Today. Maybe let's see if I can log in Psychology. I wonder how he did find my name. That's weird. Um, yeah, how did either one of them? Did they look at your pill bottle and see my name on it? Yeah, because my name's on your med bottle. Because that's the only thing I can think of. Um, I'm logging in to my gmail.com. MCNAU. Linnea's gonna send me the name of the company that does it by you, because the one we have is in Milwaukee, but she's gonna try to find someone that does it closer to where you're at, so you don't have to drive as far. Yeah. Well, that's not my password. Hold on. What is my password? MCNAUGHT200. Okay. All right. Let me try on my phone. They always make you change your oh, ha. They always make you change your password and then I don't remember it. Okay. Let's see. Messages. Mhm. I have. Let me see, deleted. Ugh, there we go. I'm looking through the I have no, 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 no. Um, I'm sorry. Trying to see if I can recover my deleted messages. Mine. Log back in then. Um, settings. Hold on just a second. All right. What? What is it? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Really? So they're yeah, 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 yeah. Really? Like coming in and out on the ground or okay. Yeah, yeah. Patient? Be patient for 8 hours. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Rejected? Okay. Mhm. 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 Okay. What are they doing all that for, though? Okay, 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 okay. Mhm, mhm. Yeah. So, um, I'm worried about, like, health-wise because 'cause you're not going anywhere and doing anything, right? So that's why I was asking how you're eating, right? Um, are you, are you taking a shower every day? Okay, okay. Um, what about, like, brushing your teeth, taking vitamins? Are you doing all those types of things? You okay, okay. I know, I don't get how people don't do that. Um, so my concern, right? Because we had talked yesterday, and I have a couple of concerns. I'm concerned that, um, the you were irritated yesterday and anxious, and you apologized, and that's fine, completely fine. You're much calmer today, which I appreciate, thank you. And we had talked about how you have reasons, right, to be, anxious and irritable with all the stuff that's going on right now for you. Um, I would like to make sure, right, that we're not missing something. There's not something medical going on that we're missing that can also be causing increased anxiety and irritability. I was talking Yeah, that's one of the concerns that I had talked to, my coworker and slash boss now, Kate, she's a psych NP, because we talk about not like specifics, but I'll be like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" and different, medical stuff. Because I worked at Freighter for like 17 years as critical care, so I go medical before I go anything else. So my concern would be that, is there something medical going on, right, that's causing irritability and anxiety? And there's lots of things. You went to the doctor, you went to the hospital. I'm not talking about all that stuff. When you went to the hospital and they checked you out and they said you were fine because your family was worried and stuff like that. I'm concerned that there is something else going on medically that would be causing like that increased irritability, agitation. Um, I'm not saying this is you, okay? I'm just giving an example. I had a patient that came into the hospital. He was like 35, 34, something like that. I don't remember his exact age. And he had this, and I wasn't a psych NP then, I was a nurse at the time. And he was more irritable, more anxious, so on and so forth, and wasn't like him, because he's usually a docile guy. And they brought him in, did a bunch of lab testing. They were like, "Oh, nothing's wrong," da da da, and they scanned his head, right, and he ended up having a small tumor in his brain. They removed it, and that where that tumor was, it was causing irritability and anxiety. I'm not saying you have a tumor in your brain. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there are other reasons for irritability and anxiety besides medication, right? Um, and you're, I know we've only known each other a year, but you're very like this calm, cool, collected guy, right? Happy, funny, smart. Um, and I'm concerned that there might be something medical going on with you, that's causing Based off of what? Well, I mean, I'm just that's all I have is that is that hour and a half. That's all I have, and no, you're much calmer today, which I appreciate, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that when you were irritated yesterday because you were saying, "They said I was fine, they said I was fine." I am not disagreeing with what you're saying is going on, okay? I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm concerned more about your you are usually a little bit more chill, and I am worried there might be something medical that they missed. I'm not talking about psychological, I'm talking about medical that they might have missed, and, like, your labs. Did they and their labs were all good, right? And so yeah, yeah, and the behavioral assessment, yeah, is fine. So, I would do you have a general like, a primary care doctor that you could go to that could, like, look at your labs and talk to you about if there was, like, anything off in the labs or could, um, you know, listen to your heart, listen to your lungs, and give you a once over? And do you have a primary care that does that? Oh, oh, okay. Wh Yeah, okay. When's the last time you saw, like, the primary care doctor you don't like? Okay. So you're almost due. Okay, okay. And so you're almost due for your checkup. You don't have to stay with the same person if you don't like him. Really? I mean, I'm putting a chair together while I was having a meeting earlier because I could not with a patient. It was a boring office meeting, okay? So I get it, yes. So no, I completely understand that. But I think Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I I'm concerned, Mark. I am. Yeah, no, I mean, and I am yes, I would. I would. Yep, yep, you have, and I'm just basing it off what I our other interactions and what I know about you, which isn't a ton, obviously. I am concerned that, you know, the Mark that I know, right, um, is a little bit not as on edge as you were yesterday. You're better today. I'm concerned when I talked to you yesterday and you got really mad at me and you don't always like what I say, and that's okay, right? My job is to take care of you as your provider, not always give you the answer you want. So for right now, right, I don't think that adding a stimulant would be beneficial at the moment. No, 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 not be just because of one day, Mark. When talking, we'll talk it. Sorry, sorry. It is. Yes, our conversation yesterday, and I'm concerned about health, right? I'm 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 concerned because you don't look right like you have in the past. you're usually, you've have your hair is done, it's cut. No, it's not. You need a haircut. But I so you didn't. Why would I be mentioning a haircut if I'm in on something? It doesn't. Mark, I'm not Mark, I'm gonna tell you, I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I'm concerned for your health. I'm concerned about your health. I'm not questioning what's going on. I'm not questioning for for behavioral stuff, not a medical checkup. No, 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 I said not the behavioral stuff, medical stuff, not the behavioral stuff. I'm sure you did, but I don't know if they look I don't think sometimes, like, I worked in the ED for, like, a hot 5 seconds, right? I'm not an ED nurse, I'm working ICU. Mhm, mhm. No, when we talked about the medical stuff, the hospitalizations before, right? Hospital visits. I'm not talking about a behavioral exam. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about they can draw blood and do your blood pressure and la 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 and all of that, but they're not looking for anything medical. They're looking for behavioral stuff, right? They're asking you 1,000 questions about that. Well, that's what when I talked to you yesterday, right? We had talked about with what I was going to tell you is that um I went online, did a bunch of research last night, blah, blah, blah. And I would not do any medication at this point for ADHD because, well, I'm trying to tell you, when I think that there might be something medical that's going on. And I don't, they didn't, like I said, this is, I think, going to a primary care doctor and getting an actual and I'm not talking about head, all right? I'm talking about a physical evaluation. Well, what I was gonna tell you is what I was gonna tell you is mhm. So, when I was gonna tell you when I worked in the ER for, like, 5 seconds, right? When you go into an emergency department, they go in and they look at the main thing they focus on. Yeah, I mean, if you feel that you need to, that's up to you. You don't have Mark, if you let me finish what I was saying about when you go into the ER with a specific concern, okay? If someone says you need to go in the ER, Mark, because your behavior seems different, right? So you go in and that's what they focus on is the behavior aspect of it. And they don't focus in on anything else but that one concern. That's all they look at, okay? Mark, because I'm at home and of course I'm concerned over it. I was listening to everything that you were saying, and of course I'm concerned. I really when I talked to you yesterday, no, I'm concerned about you. I asked you if you reported it to of course I'm concerned. Do you think that I want my patient drugged? and taken advantage of. No, I was concerned yesterday, and I told you that. I said, "I can't believe that somebody would do that." And I asked you if you had gone to the police, and I asked you if you wanted to have labs drawn to see if there was Benadryl and scopolamine in your blood to make sure it was gone. I'm because I feel like I have to defend myself now about my concern for you. What? I'm not gonna change for medication where I wouldn't prescribe any right now for ADHD. I wouldn't prescribe any meds right now for ADHD, Mark, is what I'm saying, because I think that there's something else going on. And if you would like me to well, you don't want a recommendation from me, but I would recommend somebody, but I'm sorry, Mark. Number 1, I'm Mark, number 1, I'm concerned, and I would not be doing the right thing if I prescribed medication for you right now if I'm not quite sure what's going on with you medically. I'm not saying to go to the ED. Do you want me to nope, I can tell you everything we've talked about today and everything we talked about yesterday, or going or I want a medical checkup for you. Medical. You can go into the emergency department if you want to and say you want a medical checkup. They're not gonna do that's why I said primary care would be better because emergency do you would you let them okay. Would you let me get the records from them to make me feel better then? Okay. Okay. Because then I know you've been checked out. Is that okay? Okay. All right. I would feel better knowing that you were completely checked out then. Okay. All right. And of course I'm concerned about you, Mark. I of course I am. Yeah, I when you're telling me all of this stuff yesterday, it's horrific. It's horrific. No, no, you have a reason. You have an reason to be irritable and anxious. I don't want the ADHD medication to make it worse, is what I said. And I'm sorry that, huh? I don't believe that it would right now, but I have to get a check off of medical. And if you let me do that, if you let me get the information from them, that would ease my concern about it. Okay. And and yes, and yes, I'm concerned. And no, I'm not part of any sadistic, disgusting plan. I'm not. Then why would you trust me with your medical records if you don't believe me? I know you are. I'm not. I never said that you're not. I think that you are incredibly intelligent. Okay. And Linnea, are the remember the nurse at the clinic, Linnea, the one that loves space? Do you remember Linnea, the nurse at the clinic, with the dark hair? You're gonna get a message from her in the portal, and she's gonna you have to sign a paper that says, I can get your records, because otherwise they will not give them to me because you are a patient and you have the right to have your records protected. So she's gonna send you something in the portal, okay? And you have to like write the names of that first like was Aurora and Grafton. I don't remember the other one you went to. And then you sign that and it says, yes, you can give these records to Amy, blah, blah, blah. And then they will release them to me because I can't call and just get records. Um, my other question to you is, have you seen the therapist that you've talked to before? Have you seen her recently? Okay. I would recommend reaching out to her because she knows all of the history because you saw her for a long time. I would reach out to her. I think that would be somebody that you trust her, I think. You know, you knew her for a long time. Yeah, you knew her for a long time. You told I think it was on your initial intake, you said you saw her for several years, right? Yeah. I think that that's somebody you've known for over 3 years, definitely somebody that you should at least consider trusting that can help you navigate all this crap that's going on around you. I think it would be good. She could help you kind of figure out what to do. 'Cause I'm not a therapist, right? I'm not a therapist. So and she knows you really well. And, yeah, see if she can I mean, with all the stuff that's happened in the last several months, I think that it would be good for you to go in and talk to her. I mean, it's gonna take time to update her on everything, you know what I mean? So I think that would be good to get in, and you can see her before June 6th and then on June 6th, you know what I mean, to continue the conversation. But I think that it would be good to have somebody with Mark. No, you should do it for yourself. You should do it for yourself. No, no. I want you I want her to help you navigate what's going on, is what I said. Like, do you know her personally? But, like, not in, like she doesn't like she doesn't like us like and w I don't doubt that at all. I mean, and I mean, she's more than a clinical narcissist, Mark. She is a horrible human being. Yep, and I think really, is she just, like, mean? Is she just, like is she, like is she, like, mean to people? That she makes them cry or oh god, okay, yeah, yeah? God, yeah. I mean, because a death doesn't matter if they killed themselves? Now, like, since you mentioned suicidal ideation, you haven't thought about harming yourself during any of this, have you? Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, mhm, yeah. I mean, mhm, okay. Yeah, yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. Mhm, mhm. Yeah. That's a lot of not great mental health mixed together. I know. Now no, I'm not. You know what, Mark? Um, number 1, um, I know that trusting people is a huge issue, and I get that, and I appreciate you trusting me enough to have these conversations and to let me to look and see what physical, medical stuff they did when you were at the hospital. I appreciate that. Um, uh, you don't wanna hurt anybody else, do you? Okay, right, right, right. I mean, Jennifer's not a great lady. I know, I know, no, I know. I'm glad it didn't work. I'm sorry it didn't work out with that chick that you liked. That's a well, where'd my what happened with that? Doesn't wanna get involved in it or okay, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, okay. Um, who's your therapist? No? No, you don't have to. I was just wondering who it was. Okay. Nope. I can't reach out to anybody. So I wouldn't I'm not that's fine. You don't have to tell me your name. His or her, I know it's a her because you said she. Why does my camera keep doing that? It's so annoying. There we go. I think it's because there's light behind me. There's light behind me and not, like, in front of me. I had this light right in my face. Um, like, I don't know how much closer it can get before it burns my face. So I'm gonna have Linnea send you the release of information for the hospitals, right? And then they'll fax it to me. I can look through it all, right? And see all the medical stuff that was done, so that gives makes me peace of mind that that all has been taken care of. Okay? Okay, all right. Um, do you want to set up an appointment and then, like, for, a week, and then if I get the information if I don't get the information before then, I can let you know and we can reschedule so I can look through it first? Does that make sense? Okay, okay. Let me look. Schedule. You can self-schedule now on my on online too, which is nice. Let me look. I know. Well, I told everybody my patients were asking for an appointment, right? And I'm like, "Oh, yay, you can self-schedule." And I didn't turn it on. Uh, and so I got all these messages like, no, I can't. It's not turned on. No, it's not." And I was like, "What?" It was pretty embarrassing. But yeah, good old ADHD. Hmm, sometimes our friend, mostly our foe. Um, oh, oh, it's horrible. Like I have, I have to make I've had to make my physical forever. Um, I think they text me every day. Um, what do I do? Ignore it. Let's see. On 2 Fridays from now is the 20 oh, wait, let's do 1 Friday, my bad. 1 Friday from now is the 22nd. What, um no, 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 the 22nd. What time works good for you on the 22nd? At 1 o'clock again? Okay, telehealth. Are you ever gonna be able to come to my new office? Because I will be there that day. I think you'd like it. It's not girly. My office is not pink and cute anymore. It's dark green, and I have funny animal pictures everywhere, which I think you'd find interesting. But one of these days, you're going to have to come see it. All right. So I have you down for the 22nd, which is next Friday. Oh, not 2:30, 1 o'clock, Amy. 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, and telehealth, and I'm saving it. And then what? Wait a minute. What happened? Da, 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 da. Okay, got it. I'm going to write myself a note right now for it will say release of information, and I'm going to have her email it to you and email Mark. And then you fill it out. Why does it keep doing that? I think it's the stupid lion. Um, and you fill it out, and then hello, and then you send it back to her. Are you laughing at my difficulty with my light? Thanks a lot. It makes me look jaundice. I look yellow. Do I not? Oh, I'm like, I look like I have liver failure with this light on. Um, so you fill it out, send it back, and then she'll fax it in. They'll fax me the stuff. If I don't get it before, if I don't get it like the day before our appointment on the 21st and there's delayed, I'll let you, for the love of God, I'll let you know, and we can come on. There we go. I'll let you know, and we'll reschedule it then when after I get the records. Sounds good? Thank you for trusting me. I appreciate it. I do. I do appreciate it. And then call your therapist, see if she can help you figure out how to navigate through all of this crap, you know? So, and she knows you well. All right. Well, behave yourself. I'll see you in a week. All right. All right. Bye.